Welcome back to Stuff You Don't Usually See. My guest today is Kindra Fry. Kindra is the tourism manager for Visit College Station. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
First time here in Studio J. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so continuing with what's become a tradition now, I'm going to ask you, like I've asked other guests, any unusual talent, unusual life experience? Are you related to somebody famous? Like, how do you, like, what little zinger do you throw out there at parties and things where you're comparing notes like this?
Let's see. No unusual talents.
You don't juggle or?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
okay.
unfortunately,
Okay.
I don't do any of those things. But I was a gymnast and a cheerleader through college.
Okay.
And so before, this is going to date me, but that's okay. Shannon Miller, before she was Olympic Wonder Woman, I competed against her because we're both from Oklahoma.
All right.
And I beat her on one event.
Which event?
Floor.
Wow.
Yeah. That was it. But
So
that's unusual.
So you remember her. Would she remember you?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all. I'm a little bit older than she is.
Okay.
And we did not train. I mean, she was in Oklahoma City. I was in Tulsa. So we didn't train together. We didn't really see each other much at competitions. That just happened to be at the gym that she trained.
Is there photo evidence of the two of you on the medal stand?
No.
Okay.
They didn't do, so back then, when you did individuals, you didn't really stand up for individual events on the medal stand. They just called it out.
All right.
Now, I'm sure I can go back and find scores because my parents probably have that somewhere.
That's right.
That they took pictures of or whatever when they posted them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have them with me.
Are your kids impressed with this at all?
No.
Okay. Do they know? Do they know?
They
that
do.
Okay.
They do, but no, this is not. They just don't connect with Shannon Miller. They don't even know who she is,
Right.
honestly.
Shannon's just another mom or something.
Yeah, just another
Okay.
Olympian.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. I like that.
Yeah,
We're getting some interesting feedback here. Okay, so you ready to do this for radio?
absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Well, thank you and good morning. My guest today is Kindra Fry. Kindra is tourism manager for Visit College Station. Kindra, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Okay, so we're here today to talk about sports tourism and maybe get even very specific on a particular event. So I'm going to just turn it over to you, and you can lead me through the importance of sports tourism to our local economy and how this is really very much part of who we are and so forth. So you tell me about sports tourism in your world.
Okay, well, sports tourism in our world is phenomenal because we all know we just went through a pandemic and we're still kind of going through it just a little bit. Sports was the one thing that maintained.
Yeah.
We still had events, mostly because most of them are outside. So we were able to still have those. We were able to bring people into the community, to still stay in our hotels, to still spend time in our restaurants, those that were open, to still shop if we had establishments that were open for shopping, but we were still able to bring those people here. And we did it safely because we were able to tell them, here's the protocol, here's what we need to follow to keep you safe, but also to keep our residents safe. And so sports in general, sports tourism in general, it's typically what we would refer to as kind of resistant to some of the economic downturns that we face.
Yeah.
Now, it still has issues, right? We still saw fewer numbers, but we still had events and we still had people coming.
Yeah.
And so I think that's an important piece of what sports tourism means to any economy, is that you're able to continue to have some of those things even when there's an economic downturn, because mom and dad, you don't want to change too much in the life of your children. You want to still allow them to have something that feels right, something that feels normal, even if it's not. But at least it feels that way. It's something to hold on to. So being able to come to a soccer tournament or a football tournament or baseball, softball, whatever that is, Johnny and Sally still got to feel a little bit of normalcy during all of that time.
Yeah.
Very stressful time. So,
does College Station have a particular reputation in the world of sports tourism? Are we known for anything in particular?
we do. So because we're in Texas, football is our biggest. People recognize us for football.
Okay.
We have phenomenal facilities for football. But Second to all of that, we have phenomenal facilities for soccer, softball, and some baseball. But what typically we see the most of in our community is soccer, football, and softball.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's our strongest three that we're known for. Now we're making a name for different events, new events, things that aren't normal necessarily or your typical sports. So Quidditch,
Right.
ultimate frisbee. We've had spike ball tournaments. So we're starting to see a little more movement. Lacrosse is picking back up again. So we're starting to see more outside of the normal everyday sports.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Are we, the facilities that we have here, or maybe it's the collective facilities of the community, are we uniquely positioned to accommodate a certain level of competition, but maybe not beyond that? Like where are we optimized to do the best work?
Yeah, so our sweet spot's youth sports.
Okay.
We are strongest in the youth sports sector. Now, because of Texas A&M being here and being able to use their facilities as well, that puts us kind of in line for collegiate sports as well. But really in between those two places, those are our strongest spots. We will see a one-off that's going to be adults, mostly in softball area is where we'll see that. So we're able to do those events and we're able to do them well, but the most people you see in our community are going to be youth and collegiate.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you had a wish list, right? If unlimited funds weren't a problem, what kind of gaps or increases would you like to see here in terms of facilities and, including the right kind of parking, whatever other amenities need to come with that? Like, where would you like to see us go and grow?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I'd like to see us pursue the baseball side, which I know we're in talks of that,
Right.
but I'd like to see us go there. We have a lot of local strong support for baseball, so I'd love to see that. But I also think even with our neighbors next door doing an indoor facility, I really think we could also complement with an indoor facility kind of the same stature.
Yeah.
To be able to host more than just basketball, just volleyball, or things like that, and increase the size of events that we have already in our high schools or in some of our other indoor facilities that we have in the community.
Yeah.
And that way we could really expand on what we're bringing to the community, and some of those existing events that are already here that want to expand don't outgrow us. They actually add to and grow with us.
Right.
So I think
Right.
that would be exciting to see.
Okay, here's a curveball for you. Will we, in your opinion, ever have a really good shot at hosting some level of a bowl game at Kyle Field across the street?
Okay, so I'm going to go back a few years. We've hosted a bowl game
That's
at
right,
Kyle
we did.
Field.
We did.
It was a National Junior College Athletic Association
I remember that.
bowl game called the Brazos Valley Bowl. And it did well. It was a little lost because the numbers of people when you're bringing those teams in, they got a little lost in the seats, right? And even though we use the lower bowls for that. So yes, I think there is potential. There could be potential somewhere down the road.
Right.
I would think we're going to push more towards that junior college level first. We've even entertained the NAIA and their football championship series that they have. They have a championship site. Currently that's in Georgia, I believe. And so I worked for them, started my career with them actually, and was the football coordinator or helped with the football coordination. And so I kind of have an idea of what they look for, and Kyle Field would be a great location for that game.
Sure.
And so I think there are opportunities. It's just, where are we going to be as Texas A&M's football team, and what does that look like, and do we need that practice site, and when would that bowl game be? But
Right.
I think there is potential, but I do think we're going to be looking more at the National Junior College level
Okay.
of hosting that.
Okay. So you've got a specific event coming
Yes,
up. Talk to me
we
about, it's called the
do.
Aggieland Invitational.
It is the Aggieland Invitational. It has been here 20 years. So this is the 20th annual. in our community. It started out as both girls and boys basketball. Now it's only girls.
Okay.
And it's some of the top teams in the state. Many of the teams that we see in the Division I side of this tournament are state contenders at the end of the season. So it's a lot of fun to get to see them before they start their district play. Kind of gives them a little bit of a warm-up as they go into their district play across the state. We've had teams in this tournament in years past as far away as from Australia. We've had teams from Mississippi, Arkansas. So
Really?
we're getting out there. We're getting the word out that College Station's a place to be December 27th through the 29th this year, to come play basketball and see some state contenders.
Which facilities are being used for this?
This one we use all 4 high schools. So we partner with our friends in Bryan and use Rudder High School and Bryan High School, as well as College Station High School and A&M Consolidated High School. And our local coaches are so involved with this tournament. So they help us. A&M helps us. They kind of give us an idea of who's out there, who are we watching, who should we be inviting to this tournament.
All right, yeah.
And then they also offer tickets and offer every team that participates in this tournament gets to go to an Aggie football game if they choose, or sorry, basketball game if they choose.
Oh, that's
So
great.
that's exciting that we have a boys game and a girls game during this time. So that's exciting that they can go see either one.
How many teams are coming?
We have 56 teams. 32 of those are in the Division I bracket, which is your 5A and 6A teams. And then the other 24 are in the smaller divisions.
Do you know yet where the furthest team is coming from?
We do not. We just finished the brackets, actually, hot off the presses.
Okay.
So,
But even if you don't have a kiddo
Oh.
who's participating, you can come and watch, right?
yes, absolutely. I mean, we know the kids are out of school. Our local kids are all out of school during that time. And if they're looking for something, if you're looking for something as a parent to entertain them, what a great thing to come do. Just come and watch some basketball with them. Maybe you find a team that you want to just cheer for that maybe it's not our local team,
Right.
but you want to cheer for another team. Come out and support.
Do we have any of the local teams participate?
All 4.
They are.
All 4 will participate.
Well, all right. Nicely
yes,
done.
yes.
That's exciting.
Since they help host.
Well, sure.
Yeah, and I mean, this isn't just compete College Station or visit College Station or the City of College Station's tournament. It is the community's tournament. Our hotel properties help us out. They offer rooms to these teams that are coming in. So we'll have the Hilton, the Home 2 Suites, the Hampton Inn, Best Western Plus, Hyatt, Hawthorne, all of them are going to host teams for us. So I think it's wonderful that these teams are going to be here, and we're going to get to show them what College Station is all about and get them involved in all kinds of things. Christmas things will still be going on during that time.
Yeah.
Central Park will still be lit. So we're going to try to send them that way and just show them what College Station's about.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, so what else am I either missing, or you want to make sure you mention whether it's related to sports tourism, Aggieland Invitational, or anything else?
No, I just think that, as a community, we are so excited to have these visitors come in. One of the top things we hear from all visitors that come to us is how hospitable and how friendly this community is.
Right.
And I'm a transplant. I moved in as fast as I could. And it's so true. It is so true that we are so friendly. And so if you see these teams out and about during the holidays or
Yeah.
during this time, give them a shout out. Say hello. Ask them how the tournament's going for them, whatever that is, and just give them that support that they need, because some of them might have lost a game or two,
Right.
and they may need to be picked up a little bit, but also just to say hi and welcome them.
That is a great point, and I try to talk about this when I'm moving around, talking, on radio or whatever, to remind people, be friendly, be helpful, be patient, because there are going to be people trying to figure out, I have to make a U-turn here. Or
Yes.
you're going to see maybe longer lines in your favorite restaurant, or people are just lost.
Yes.
And continue to show that hospitality that you just described. We are known for that.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's wonderful. And, there's been so many times I like to walk through the parking lot just to see. Of course, you're not going to see tags mostly from anywhere outside of Texas for this tournament, but so many times I've just walked through parking lots just to see, where are these people coming from. Game day weekends are a fun time to do that. I know it sounds silly, but hey,
Yeah.
I work in the tourism world, so I like to know where people are coming from in our community and who's visiting us. So I walk around and just look. And it's this time of year is when I start to see tags from all over the place, which is kind of cool to see.
It's very cool.
Yep.
Thanks for talking to me about this.
Sure.
Sort of thing. All right. And thank you guys for letting us come on and talk about the City of College Station. And that is stuff you don't usually see.
Yep.
Hey, you covered a lot of stuff. That was really good.
Awesome.